Welcome back to DataShark Academy. In previous lessons, we learned how to import relational data into Hadoop files using Sqoop. Sqoop also supports importing data directly into a Hive table. For this, Sqoop provides three directives. First one is Hive import, which means that this is an Hive import. Instead of target directory on the Hadoop, this will indicate that we are importing the data into Hive. Next one is Hive database. This indicates the database that will hold this data. And the last one is Hive table name. So here you can specify the name of the table which will be created in Hive after you import the data. Now this is important to remember that you must have Hive database already existing before you run this command. Otherwise, Sqoop will not allow it. It will create the table for you, but the database must be existing. Now how this is different from irregular Hadoop imports that we were doing before. Basically, the data will still be loaded into flat files on Hadoop side, but a table will be created on top of it so you can access it using Hive. Let's see this in action now. So let's bring the terminal up. First we need to open the Hive session and create a database. Okay, so let's bring this up. So to start a Hive session, just type Hive, enter, and it will open the Hive session like you had MySQL session. Now here you can say create database and we'll call it Sqoop imports. Alright, so your database is created. Now let's go back to Sqoop session and here we'll run the Sqoop import command. So I will use the option file. Our source table is employees. This is Hive import. Our Hive database is Sqoop imports. And the table we want on the Hive side is employees underscore Hive. Okay, and let's run this. So far it is same as it was before. It has the SQL setup and import of employees is started, 4 mappers, and now map reduce job is triggered on the Hadoop side. So first it will load the data from MySQL database into Hadoop flat file, and then it will create a Hive table schema on top of it. So as you can see that the data is imported into Hive and it's publishing it to Hive and as catalog, and there is some warning that we can ignore. And finally in the end we can see that a table is created under Sqoop imports database. The table is employees underscore Hive. That's what we specified, and this table has 4 files and it's saying number of rows 0, but let's check in the Hive side. Okay, in order to check data in a Hive table, we first need to switch to that database like we did in the MySQL. So it will be use Sqoop imports semicolon. Show tables will give you the list of tables in this database, and as you can see a new table is created, employees underscore Hive. Let's do a select from this table. Okay, and we limit it to 10 records. As you can see, our data is being imported. Okay, if you remember in previous lessons I had told you that if your data has some delimiter characters, then this will mess up the data in the Hive side. So the best way to handle it is to use a different field delimiter. And by default, Hive also uses comma, and we have comma as one of the value in last name column. So that's why this is like messed up. If you do a last name selection, then this will not show properly. We can see the description of this table, like what is the schema that is created for us by typing disk or describe and the table name. So here you can see that the schema is created by Hive, similar to what we have in the MySQL side. This is automatically created by our sqoop command. So try this out on your side and let me know if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next class. Thank you.